Shalom. Back, I believe, excuse me. Let me see what part we're at. All right, we're back with part 2. All right, so let's continue here. Like I said, Washington, D.C. was pretty much known as Rome. All right. Well, one of the estates which made up the original city of Washington was called Rome. The small body of water bordering it to the south, which was originally called Goose Creek, but then took the new name Tiberias Creek after the Tiberias in Rome. See that, people? You understand that? Let's click on this. All right. Give you people some background here. All right. I don't know what this one says here. All right. So DCE has an interesting historical connection to the city of Rome. This might be one of the more fascinating pieces of local trivia we have ever come across. A long time ago, way before the city was in the thoughts of our founding fathers. Back in the 17th century, there was a large estate in the area, about 400 acres. This farm occupied the land southeast of Georgetown, then a part of Maryland. And the man who owned the land was fond of Italy and decided to name the estate Rome in honor of the city. All right. And the small body of water bordering it to the south was originally called Goose Creek, but then took the new name Tiberias Creek, and i.e. after the Tiberias in Rome. Of course, the story wouldn't be complete without mentioning the landowner's name happened to be Francis Pope. All right. I won't continue more with this article. Let's go back to this other article here. All right. All right. So I'll make it simple. Apocalyptic revelation about the world we live in by pulling the veil down from the illusion. All right. One way I'm going to do this is by explaining how history, places, people, and things have been changed from their original meanings in order to conceal them from the public over the years. You see that? One such place happens to be built on 7 hills and is the capital of the United States of America, Washington, D.C. Not many people are aware of the fact that before this city got its current name of Washington, D.C., the capital was simply named after the other city on the 7 hills, Rome. Yes, that capital that holds our Senate with the Roman eagle, okay? And again, that eagle is a symbolism of all the Edomite nations throughout their history, all right? And Roman fascists to this current day is in fact an extension, I repeat, an extension of what once was thought of as the Roman Empire. You see that? And we've already told you, America is nothing but Rome all over again. America is the last leg and extension of the revived Roman Empire. Okay? So those Edomites from back then, they're back here today. We're talking about spirits, people. And that's what everyone is. You're a spirit that inhabits a body. You understand that? It houses your spirit. The body houses the spirit. Okay? And it's a temporary body. All right? That's until Yahushua returns. And of course, if you're an Israelite and you're the elect, and you're going to get that new immortal body, that extraterrestrial body. All right? That's only for the Israelites. All right. So, you know what? I'm not going to continue reading any more of this. All right. Let me get back to the parable. All right. Let's do that. Let's get back to the parable. I just wanted you people to see that, show you that. All right. So you have that understanding. All right. All right. So again, and the beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit, which is Europe, all right? And go into perdition, which means destruction. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder whose names were not written in the book of life, all right? That's going to be the names of the elect. They're going to be the first fruits, all right? The first spirits ever created. That's who's written in the book of life, all right? Okay? And they're all Israelites. You understand that? They're all Israelites, okay? Made up of your Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that make up 12 tribes of Israel. And remember, we were scattered everywhere. So not only the majority of the Exodus will come from America, Babylon the Great, because the majority of the 12 tribes are here, but we were also scattered abroad. We were scattered into all nations. You understand? All right? All right, that's just to give you some clarity. All right? All right, so whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, in other words, before the world began, all right? And again, that's all backed up here in the scriptures, people, all right? All you have to do is look up the word election, all right, in the blue letter, all right, Bible concordance, whatever, all right, and you get into that word and you'll get understanding, all right, and you further hit the root etymology word there as well, all right, and it'll give you complete understanding who it's talking about, that it's talking about the Israelites and how they were chosen before the foundation of the world, okay? All right, let's continue here, all right. When they behold the beast that was, is not, and yet is, all right? Which, again, is the Roman Empire, all right? Because that was the fourth and last beast. There would be no other beast. So anything that comes after it would have to be what? An extension of it. You understand that? In other words, it's not a new beast. There's not a fifth beast, okay? In other words, there's just heads to it. And America, Babylon the Great, the whore, represents the eighth and final head. In other words, there ain't going to be no ninth, there ain't going to be no 10th. You understand? The buck stops here, all right? In other words, we're here at the end, people. We're at the end of the Edomite beast system, all right? All right, so here is the mind which have wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains. Mountains represent governments, nation, kingdoms. People follow that? On which the woman sitteth on, all right? And there are 7 kings. That word kings there is short for kingdoms, okay? Short for kingdoms, all right, people? 5 are fallen. Which are the 5 kingdoms that are fallen? Germania Major, Germania Minor, the Greek Empire, the French, the Spanish, all right? Got that? Germania Major, Germania Minor, the Greeks, the French, and the Spanish. Those are the 5 fallen kingdoms, all right? The one that is the Roman Empire. During the time that John the Revelator, right, wrote the book of Revelations, when the angel came onto him, he was on the island of Patmos in his 90s, in the salt mines, a political prisoner to the Roman Empire, right? So that's the one that is. So that's 6, right? Those are 6. And the other is not yet come, and when he cometh, he must continue a short space. That would be the British Empire, okay? Now, during the time of the Roman Empire, all right, to explain to you, all right, you know what the 7 heads are. I've just given you that. The original 10 horns were 10 vassal states, okay? And this is during the time of the Roman Empire. They were known as the Franks, the Burgundians, the Suevi, the Vandals, the Visigoths, the Saxons, the Ostrogoths, the Lombards, the Herculi, and I believe the Huns, all right? You understand that? All right. Now, in modern day, those 10 horns are the EU nations. All right. And the beast is NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Now, further breaking that down, the EU nations are the political and financial arm of the beast. Okay. And NATO represents the military arm, the iron teeth of the beast. All right. America is not a part of the EU, but she has always been a part of NATO and actually has acted as the head snake of NATO. You know, being part of that military arm, well, she's sort of been the head military arm of NATO. All right. You people got that? So she's not a part of the EU, but she's always been a part of NATO. And more than that, in the understanding, America is actually the head, all right, the eighth, all right, the last leg and extension of this Edomite beast system, this revived Roman Empire, all right? You'll see that in a moment, all right, as we further along here with this, all right? All right. So the beast that was and is not, even he is the eighth and is of the seven. See that? So how was America started? It was started by 13 British colonies, was it not? America comes out of Great Britain, all right? When you go to the book of Daniel, the 7th chapter, you know, she's the little horn that you read about there. And she plucked up three of her roots, three Edomite roots, meaning the British Empire, right, had the war with the British, right, for her independence, had a war with France and with Spain. You understand? All Edomite nations. Those are the three roots that she plucked up. You people follow that? You understand that? All right? So, like it says here, and the beast that was and is not, even he is the eighth and is of the seventh. So, America, Babylon the Great comes out of the British Empire, Great Britain. Got it? You understand? You see? And goeth into perdition, destruction. That's what America's been about. That's what Edom represents, the Edomites. They represent destruction. All right? Who is it that's been destroying the earth? All right? And remember that the Lord's going to destroy him that destroyeth the earth. Who's been doing that? Well, the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. Job 9:24. Malachi 1:4 tells you who it is. Esau, Edom. All right? He calls himself white as of 1681 that he put into law. He's not white, he's red. And that's because his blood shows through his pale skin. All right? So anyway, let's take you to, give me a minute. All right? All right. You're looking at Edomite places throughout the world. All right? They like to tell you that Edomites were done away with. All right? You see Mount Seir, which is known as Petra, you know, to your far left. All right? See Greece, Rome, Spain, France, Germany, Russia, Great Britain, and the United States. And obviously it's clear that the Edomites were never done away with. That's a lie. All right, what do we have here? All right, the beast with 7 heads and 10 horns. See? All right, the 5 that have fallen, Germania Major. All right, Germania Minor. See? The Spanish, Spain, French. Right? And the Greek Empire. See it? Greeks. All right? The one that is the Roman Empire. See Romans there? All right? Okay. The one that was to come, the British Empire. You see it there? And who's riding the beast, people? Right? The whore holding that golden cup of abominations in her hand. America. See? The beast with 7 heads and 10 horns is NATO. 7 head equals 7 government or kingdoms. See that? Ruled by Esau, Edomites. There you go. All right? All right, we'll be right back with part 3. Shalom.